In today's video, we're going to be reversing Shaq's career, meaning that he'll be starting it off with the Boston Celtics and ending it with the Orlando Magic. Now in 1992, Larry Bird retired from basketball, so unfortunately, Bird is not going to be here in Boston, making this year one Celtics team pretty rough. Shaq's gonna have to do a lot of the heavy lifting this year. Season is wrapped, Michael Jordan wins MVP, but look who won Rookie of the Year. Shaq, averaging about 18 points and 9 boards with over 2 blocks in his rookie campaign, and surprisingly, our team was great. We ended up winning 57 games on the season, and I'm not exactly sure how. I thought on paper, our team was going to be in the lottery, but I guess not. Shaq just must be that good. Round number 1, we got the Washington Bullets, and remember, during this time, the playoff series were first to 3 wins, so essentially, we've got a Game 7 coming up against the Bullets, and this team has Purvis Ellison and also Michael Adams. Those are their 2 main guys, so hopefully we can take them down. Unfortunately, Shaq is going to get eliminated in the first round, and we lost to the 7th seed. Shaq underperformed, and overall, it's a disappointing end to what was a really good regular season. We could have faced Michael Jordan in the second round. But it is what it is. We're moving on to our next team. Now Shaq's going to be taking his talents to Cleveland, where he'll be playing alongside Brad Daugherty and Mark Price. This is a better team than that Celtics squad, and somebody's going to have to move over to power forward in order for both Brad Daugherty and Shaq to start. Considering Shaq is 300 pounds at 7'1", I'm not going to ask him to play the power forward. I'll slide Brad over to the 4, and we'll get started on the season. But I also noticed we got a couple really good power forwards in Hot Rod Williams and Larry Nance, and Nance doesn't go down at small forward, so I feel like it makes sense to play him there. Now let's get into the season. In just his second season, Shaq was named the MVP of the league, and it makes sense why. The numbers speak for themselves. 26 points, 13 rebounds, almost 3 blocks a night. A ridiculous year 2 for Shaquille. And our coach Lenny Wilkins won Coach of the Year as we had 66 wins on the season. I did not expect this from this Cavs team. Don't get me wrong, I thought we were better than that Celtics squad, but 66 wins is ridiculous. In round number 1, we got the Atlanta Hawks. Hopefully we can take them down easy, and we will. And that sets up a round 2 showdown with Michael Jordan. I am excited for this one. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. Game number 1 is going to go to Jordan and the Bulls. Game 2 also goes to Chicago. And man, despite all of our regular season success, we aren't ready to take on a powerhouse team like Chicago. We're going to take Game 4 and Game 5. Never mind, forget what I said. Let's see if we can force Game 7. If Shaq makes a 3-0 comeback against Michael Jordan, this will be absolutely legendary. Is he actually gonna do it? 34-15 in this one. Shaq has shown no signs of slowing down his MVP play in the NBA playoffs. We might just take down Mike. We're up by 5 points here, less than 2 minutes to go. We don't even have to do anything crazy. We just have to play some okay basketball, and we'll be able to finish the job. Nance swings it over to Crowder. Now it goes down to Shaq in the post. Shaq, couple dribbles, post hook is good. Shaq comes up with an absolutely huge play in the clutch. Great post work from Shaquille. BJ Armstrong gives it down to MJ, who's defended by Shaq. The double comes. Michael Jordan in heavy traffic swings it back out to Armstrong. Shot clock is winding down. Horace Grant sets the screen. BJ from deep, and he misses it. Price gets it picked away by Armstrong. That's not what we needed right now. Ball goes to Mike. Mike mid-range is off. Shaq grabs the board, and we should be good. Michael Jordan blew a huge chance there for the Bulls, and we complete the 3-0 comeback against MJ. Shaq, in his MVP season, is just going crazy. 41, 10, and 3 in this one. And now in the conference finals, we're taking on the Charlotte Hornets. They've got Hershey Hawkins, Larry Johnson, and Alonzo Mourning. That is a solid big 3. Game number 1 of the series is going to go to us. Game 2 also goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. They're going to take Game 4, and we'll end up winning in 5. What a playoffs this has been for young Shaq. Now we've got to get through Mutombo, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, Reggie Williams, and Chris Webber. Game number 1 of the series goes to Denver. Game 2 is going to go to us. Game 3 goes to the Nuggets. And Game 4 goes to us. So we're all tied up, headed into Game 5. And in Game 5, we're going to win. So in these big games, Shaq has just continued to show up. One game away from an NBA championship in year 2 for Shaq. It's Game 6 of the finals. We're up by 4 points here. We just need some free throws to go down and we should be good. Mark Price, first free throw is good. Second one for Price is also all net. Just don't let him hit a 3 here and we should be fine. Is that Muggsy Bogues on the squad? Make him pops the 3 and he misses it. We're good. We are going to be NBA champions. And we did it. We are officially NBA champions. And look at that. We're lifting up the trophy. We did it. And of course, Shaquille O'Neal is going to win the finals MVP. Shout out to Shaq, man. What a run this was for Shaquille. The numbers speak for themselves. Here's his final stats. Absolutely ridiculous. It's unfortunate he's going to have to leave Cleveland and move on to his next team because this squad was great. I know I said I was sad for Shaq to be leaving Cleveland, but this Phoenix team might be even better. He gets a partner in crime with Charles Barkley, the inside the NBA crew, playing alongside each other. But yeah, this team looks great. I think Shaq should have a chance to win another championship. Season is wrapped and Larry Johnson wins MVP this year. Man, the Hornets went 71-11. I see why he won MVP. This year, Shaq didn't even make All-NBA. Last year, he was the MVP. This year, no All-NBA is crazy. I mean, the numbers did go down a bit, but that's kind of expected. He's playing alongside Charles Barkley. Okay, Charles Barkley was terrible, but you get my point. I mean, we still won a lot of basketball games, though. 54 wins on the season. Round number 1, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves. Game number 1 of the series is going to go to us. Game 2 will also go to us. It's a 2-1 series. They're going to take Game 4. So we're headed to a pivotal Game 5. Win or go home. And we're going to get a big dub in Game 5. Shaq has consistently been great in these big games. He showed up for us, so did Charles Barkley, and we're moving on to round 2 against the Seattle Sonics. The Sonics have Gary Payton and Shawn Kemp, along with Ricky Pierce and Derek McKee. Game number 1 of the series is going to go to us. Game 2 also goes to us. They took the first 2 games. We took Game 3. Game 4 is also going to go to us. So we're headed to a pivotal Game 5, series all tied up. And again, big game Shaq shows up, 19-15 in this one for us to get the dub. 1 game away from the conference finals, and we're here. We're taking on the Utah Jazz, led by you-know-who. They've also got David Robinson now, which is crazy, and John Stockton. This team might be unstoppable. Game number 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 goes to Utah. Game 3 goes to us. We're up 3-1. Okay, Shaq. Okay, Shaq. We just took down the Utah Avengers. That team was ridiculous. And now we're in the finals, taking on the Charlotte Hornets, who won 71 games this season. Game number 1 of the series is going to go to them. Game 2 also goes to them. Game 3 is going to go to us. And they're up 3-1. We end up losing in 5. I mean, they won 71 games, so I can't say that I'm that surprised. Another great run for Shaq, though. We made it all the way to the finals. His playoff numbers are pretty similar to his regular season numbers, so great stuff from Shaq. Now, Shaq has taken his talents to South Beach, where he is definitively the guy. There is no other 90-plus player on this team. Now, there are some solid role players in Miami, so I think that Shaq should once again have a chance to compete for a chip. Shaq is back, another MVP. 3.5 blocks a game is ridiculous. And with those 3.5 blocks, Shaq also won DPOY. And our team was absolutely great. We won 67 games on the season. Round number 1, we got the Atlanta Hawks. This should be easy work. We end up beating them in 4. Round 2, we got the New Jersey Nets, and we beat them in 6. So now we're back to the conference finals, where we're taking on the Hornets. It's time for Shaq to get revenge. Last season, we lost to them in the finals. So Shaq, you've got a second chance to get redemption. Game number 1 of the series is going to go to us. Game 2 goes to the Hornets. Game 3 goes to us. We're all tied up at 2 apiece, headed into Game 5. And Game 5 is coming down to the wire. There's a little over 2 minutes to go here, and we're up by a point. Edwards going to get the screen from Shaq. Shaq rolling to the basket. Beautiful pick and roll, and Shaq's going to dunk it home. Gill down to Mourning. Mourning answers Shaq with a dunk of his own. Edwards gonna swing it over to Smith. Steve Smith for 3, and it's good. A beautiful 3-point jumper. He ran off the screen, hit the three. Great shot. Kendall Gill has the ball for the Charlotte Hornets. He's working his way to the basket. Gill gonna put up a layup and he smokes it. Good rebound by Vaughn. Vaughn passes it up to Edwards. Edwards over to Steve Smith. He fakes it out to Vaughn for the mid-range J, and he misses. Shaq gonna get the rebound, and Shaq puts it back up and in. Beautiful post positioning and patience from Shaq to go ahead and finish the putback lay. Kendall Gill passes it down to Mourning. Alonzo Mourning gets another easy two. Alonzo Mourning and Shaq are going at it in the fourth quarter here. Now the ball's gonna go to Steve Smith. Same spot, another three, and he misses it. Gill gets the screen from Gaddison. Gill over to Mourning. Mourning layup is good. Alonzo Mourning has been clutch. And now the Hornets are going to be playing the foul game, so we just got to knock down some clutch free throws. Just don't give the ball to Shaq. Glenn Rice stepping up to the line. First free throw is good. Second free throw for Rice is also money. Mourning working on Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq, the DPOY, playing great defense. Les pops a three and he misses it. We secure the rebound, and that is probably going to do it. We get the win in game number 5, 30, 12, and 3, along with 2 steals and 4 blocks for Shaquille O'Neal. Now we're 1 game away from the NBA Finals, and we're going to win in game 6 to advance. We've got the Golden State Warriors here in the Finals. They don't have a 90-plus player on their squad. We definitely have the best player in the series with Shaquille O'Neal. Game number 1 of the series is going to go to us. Game 2 goes to the Warriors. Game 3 is going to go to us. We're up 3-1, and we'll finish the job in 5. Shaq, another championship, and a Finals MVP. So Shaq's young career is going beautifully. Already 2 championships, and we're just 4 seasons in. And the great news is, counting this upcoming season, we've still got 3 more years to go in Miami. So Shaq should be able to continue his dominant run. If Shaq can keep it up like this, he will enter GOAT conversations. Already 3 MVPs so early in his career. He's also going to add another DPOY to his resume, averaging over 3 blocks a night. We won 68 games, ended off the season on a 7-game win streak, meaning that we're poised to be contenders once again. Round 1, we beat the Hawks. Round 2, we got the Nets. We beat them easy. Conference Finals, we got the Hornets. We're up 3-2 on them, and we beat them in 6. So we're back in the Finals. Now we got the Dallas Mavericks in the Finals. The Mavs have a solid team, Jason Kidd being their best player, but man, our lineup is absolutely great. Game number 1 of the series goes to us. Game 2 also goes to us. And we're up 3-0. We'll give the Mavs a game, but we beat them in a gentleman's sweep. Shaq wins Finals MVP. Another dominant run for Shaquille. Let's see if Shaq can add another ring to that resume. Shaq is really the greatest. Another MVP. And guess what? He got another DPOY too. Now this year we might have some comp because the Mavs win 73-9. But I'm not too worried because we won 69 games and ended off the season on a ridiculous 19-game win streak. Round number 1, we got the Detroit Pistons. I think this should be easy. Honestly, I'm just waiting for our showdown with the Dallas Mavericks. Yeah, the Nets, we can go ahead and beat them. Come on now. And we're back in the Finals. A rematch against the Mavs, who have definitely gotten better. Antonio McDyess, I think he was on the team before, but he progressed a bit. They've got Isaiah Ryder, who's really nice in the 2K sim. Sean Elliott, Mitchell Walton, and of course Jay Kidd. So a really good team. Game number 1 of the series is going to go to us. Game 2 goes to us as well. Oh my goodness, the 73-9 Mavs. We'll give y'all a game. Okay, they're going to take 2 games. Please don't let them force game 7. Nope. We're going to win in 6. Shaq, 4 championships, 4 MVPs, and he's got a couple DPOYs. He's really the greatest. He's really him. Man, I'm so sad it's about to be Shaq's final year with the Miami Heat before he moves on to the Los Angeles Lakers. Bro, MVP number 5 for Shaq. And guess what? He won another DPOY. He has 4 rings, 5 MVPs, 4 Finals MVPs, 6 All-Star appearances, and 4 DPOYs. And guess what? We were the number 1 seed again, so he's going to have a chance to win another chip. Round number 1, we got the Atlanta Hawks. It's going to be an easy sweep. Round 2, we got the New York Knicks. We beat them in 5. Conference Finals, we got the Pacers. We beat them in 6. And this is basically turning into Cavs versus Warriors. For the 3rd year in a row, we're going to be facing the Mavs. Game number 1 of the series goes to Dallas. Game 2 also goes to Dallas. We're going to take game 3 and game 4. Come on, Shaq. Time to lock in. Big game 5 coming up. I'm sorry to gas him up this crazy, but Shaq is really the greatest in this sim. 30, 17, and 5. He also had 5 blocks. But every single big game, Shaq shows up and gets the dub. And now we just got to close it out in this game 6, and Shaq will be a 5-time champion. And we did it. Shaq just won another NBA championship. 5 rings already. And we're not even in the year 2000. Mind you, he was drafted in 1992. He averaged almost 4.5 blocks for the entire playoffs. After his time in Miami, it's time for Shaq to move on to the Los Angeles Lakers. And they've got David Robinson. So this is going to be a great frontcourt pairing. Now Robinson, he's 33 years old, so our time with him playing alongside Shaq might be kind of short. But I'm going to have him run power forward because he's 250 while Shaq's 300 pounds. I think it'd be crazy to ask Shaq to run the power forward. Juwan Howard can't run the 3, so I guess he's just going to have to come off the bench. But I saw the Lakers were the 1 seed in the West last season, so with the addition of Shaq, they should be really good. Shaq, another MVP in the purple and gold this time. He only averaged like 2 blocks a game though this year, and that's probably because he was playing alongside D-Rob, but don't think that stopped him from winning DPOY. Also, our coach Jordan Malone was named Coach of the Year as we won 72 games. Round number 1, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm not really worried. We sweep them. Round 2, we got the San Antonio Spurs. We beat them in 4. Conference Finals, we sweep the Mavs. We have yet to lose a single playoff game. Now we've got the New Jersey Nets. They've got Penny and Larry Johnson as their 2 guys. Are they really going to be able to get through D-Rob, Shaq, and Eddie Jones? Game number 1 of the series goes to the Nets. Game 2 also goes to the Nets. Oh man, we are down 3-0. We're going to take game 4, and we'll take game 5. If Shaq pulls off this 3-0 comeback, bro, it'll be legendary. This is my favorite video I've made in a minute. We've got a 2-point game here with a little over a minute to go, and if you're enjoying so far, I really appreciate if you subscribe. We're trying to hit 20K by the end of the year. Anyways, Nets are down right now, but they've got the ball. Penny Hardaway in the post. He's doubled. Beautiful pass down to Coleman, and Coleman absolutely fumbled it. He got packed by Juwan Howard. Barros gonna get it down to Shaq in the post. Shaquille, layup is good. Johnson has it now. Johnson defended by D-Rob. Step back mid-range J is off. Shaquille grabs the board, gives it over to Dana Barros for some free throws. Barros' first free throw is good. He's got 20 tonight. Second one for Barros is also money. We're up by 6 right now. 29 seconds to go in the game. I think a stop right here would seal the deal. Penny Hardaway has the ball. Hardaway working his way to the basket, passes out of a layup, gives it over to Johnson. Johnson back to Hardaway, who's packed by Shaq. GG's. Shaq came up in the clutch once again. And we are headed to game 7. Can Shaq complete the 3-0 NBA Finals comeback? He did it. The 3-0 comeback is complete, and Shaq wins Finals MVP. We ended up winning in game 7 by 8 points as Shaq dropped 21, 12, and 2 with 5 blocks. And we did something that no team in NBA history has ever done, coming back from down 3-0. At this point, Shaq is only 27 years old, but I think you'd be crazy not to call him the undisputed GOAT. The resume speaks for itself. Already 6 rings and 6 MVPs to go with 5 DPOYs, 6 Finals MVPs. I mean, just ridiculous. He's only played 8 seasons. Another MVP added to Shaq's resume. And of course, he won DPOY as well. Our coach wins Coach of the Year as we won 65 games on the season. Round number 1, we got the Los Angeles Clippers. We're going to go ahead and sweep them. Round 2, we got the Golden State Warriors. We beat them in 5. Conference Finals, we beat the Mavs in 5. Now we've got the Pistons in the NBA Finals who have Kobe Bryant. Kobe versus Shaq in the Finals. Game number 1 of the series goes to the Pistons. Game 2 also goes to the Pistons. We're going to take game 3 and we'll take game 4. We're all tied up, headed into game 5, Kobe versus Shaq. And it's only right that Kobe's going to be the guy who gives Shaquille O'Neal some competition in the NBA Finals. Shaq has been absolutely dominant throughout this video, but right now, Kobe is up 3-2 against him and has a chance to take Shaq off the throne that he's been dominating throughout these years. And it looks like Kobe is going to take down Shaquille O'Neal. It was a great effort from Shaq. He continued to be dominant as he's been throughout this video. But Kobe Bryant and the Detroit Pistons are going to finish the job in the NBA Finals. But surprisingly, Keith Van Horn won Finals MVP over Kobe Bryant. Regardless, the Pistons are going to win it. We'll have to see if Shaq can bounce back in this upcoming season. Now, David Robinson is starting to regress. He's down to an 87 overall. So Shaq's going to have to go even crazier this upcoming year. Shaq averaged 30 points per game this season, which is a career high. I mean, I've been talking about him being the GOAT, but he just continues to solidify that resume. Of course, he had to win the DPOY as well. And our coach, Alexander Crisdale, won Coach of the Year as we won 63 games on the season, which was good enough for first in the Western Conference. So let's go ahead and get into it. Round number 1, we got the Clippers, we sweep them. Round 2, we got the Houston Rockets, we sweep them. Conference Finals, we got the T-Wolves, we beat them easy. And now it's time for a rematch with Kobe Bryant. I'm excited for this one. Game number 1 of the series is going to go to the Pistons. Game 2 goes to the Lakers. Game 3 to the Pistons. And we're all tied up at 2 apiece. This is a big one. Last time, Kobe got the Game 5 and went on to win the chip. And this time, Kobe Bryant's going to get the Game 5 once again. A 28-point performance is enough to propel his Pistons to the win. Let's see if our Lakers can force Game 7. Kobe Bryant is the first player to really take down Shaq. I mean, Shaq has been doing his thing. He's great. But the Pistons have beat us 2 years in a row. Oh, Kobe only had 9 points in this one. But regardless, the Pistons are going to get the dub once again. Man, Keith Van Horn winning Finals MVP with Kobe on his team is just ridiculous to me. David Robinson's just starting to get older and worse. It might get ugly here in LA because Shaq, he's trying his best to carry, but we can't get past the Pistons these past couple seasons. Somebody besides Shaq finally won MVP. It's going to be C. Webb this year for the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, Shaq's still winning DPOY and don't think he's playing bad. 25-11 is not too shabby whatsoever. Shaq was All-NBA first team this season as well. And this year we weren't the number 1 seed. Maybe that's why Shaq didn't win the MVP award. 53 wins on the season. And it looks like we picked up this Shane Heal dude on a minimum contract. That's an absolute steal. He's an 87 overall. But we'll see if that helps us in this year's NBA playoffs. Round number 1, we got Seattle. We're down 2-1. We're down 3-1. We're going to take Game 5. Game 6 goes to us. Come on, Shaq. Let's finish this 3-1 comeback. 44 seconds to go here. 2-point game. Seattle has the ball, meaning that we're going to need to get a stop. Sprewell is defended by David Robinson. Spree passes it down to Davis. Good defense by the DPOY Shaq, and he snags the board. David Robinson gives it over to Heal. Heal gonna pop a 3-pointer, and it's good. They gave him way too much space on that one, and he knocked it down. And just like that, we got the lead. We've got a chance to finish off this 3-1 comeback. Davis starts to make his move. He got clamped, and we're able to secure the rebound. It was batted away for a second there, but I think that's still going to be our ball. And it is our ball, meaning that they're pretty much left with no other option but to intentionally foul. So we just got to knock down some big clutch free throws. Hopefully our guy Heal can knock down some free throws for us. First one for Shane is good. Come on, we need this one. Second one for Heal. Also drops through. So we're up by 3 points here. Don't give up a 3. I mean, I feel like that's pretty obvious, right? Latrell Sprewell over to Davis. Over to Jay Williams. Williams fakes and pulls. He misses. We grab the rebound. It's over. 3-1 comeback complete. We're moving on to round 2. Man, that was too close for comfort. And this might be one of the worst big game performances we've seen from Shaq. Only 12 points. We've got a battle of the bigs here. The Dubs have Tim Duncan. But it looks like this is going to be easy. We go ahead and sweep them. Conference Finals, we got Memphis. Hey, Shaq, you better show C. Webb who the real MVP is. Oh my goodness, they got AI and J Kidd in Memphis. That team's ridiculous. Game number 1 of the series goes to the Grizz. Game 2 also goes to the Grizzlies. We're down 3-0, and we're going to lose in a sweep. So 3 years in a row without a ring for Shaq. That's a pretty big drought considering what we're used to from Shaquille. It was another great playoff run. It just didn't end the way we wanted it to. David Robinson is now down to an 82 overall for our team. The supporting cast is just dwindling year by year. Hey, if y'all thought Shaq was just gonna stop winning MVPs, you'd be mistaken. Shaq is back. 28 points, 11 rebounds on the season, and he also won DPOY. Our coach Alexander Crisdale is back, winning Coach of the Year. This could be a big redemption season if we can make it to the finals. Round number 1, we got the Dallas Mavericks, and we're down. We're going to Game 7 against Dallas, I guess, man. Honestly, this Mavs team isn't bad. They've got Yao Ming, Antonio McDyess, Peja Stojakovic, Sean Elliott, and Nick Van Exel. But hopefully we can take him down in Game 7. Alright, Shaq, you were scaring me for a second there, but he came up big. 44 and 16 in Game 7. He's in beast mode. He wants to get back to winning championships. Round number 2, we got the Los Angeles Clippers, a battle of LA. They've got Ron Artest and Jason Terry, but I don't know who's guarding Shaq on this team. Apparently somebody is, though, because we're down 2-1. We're down 3-1, and we're gonna lose in 5. Come on, Shaq. We were the 1 seed. You were the MVP, and we lost in round 2 to the Clippers? Are you kidding me? Shout out to KG winning finals MVP for the Pacers. But Shaq, you better start bouncing back sooner. Maybe the Lakers need to add somebody good to our squad. I don't know what it is, but something's got to change. Shaq's got 3 more seasons to go in LA, counting this upcoming one. So hopefully the Lakers can do something over these next couple years, because the team, it's just kind of mid. Kevin Garnett, coming off a championship year, wins the MVP award, and Tim Duncan takes away the DPOY from Shaq. Now, our coach was still Coach of the Year, so we're definitely not falling off crazy. I mean, Shaq, he's still All-NBA first team, but it's clear that we're past our days of just dominating the league year after year. Hopefully, Shaq can make it back to the NBA Finals. Round number 1, we got the Golden State Warriors, and we're going to beat them in 6. Round 2 is the Dallas Mavericks. We beat them in 5. Conference Finals, we got the Memphis Grizzlies. Come on, Shaq. Let's get back to the NBA Finals, and we're back for a Lakers versus Celtics classic. And the Celtics, they've got AI, Paul Pierce, Kmart, Big Z, and of course, Smush Parker. This is a tough Celtics team. Game number 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 goes to us as well. Game 3 goes to the Celtics. Game 4 goes to the Celtics. So we're all tied up, headed into Game 5. Man, Shaq is back. We just got a big Game 5 win. Nobody played too well for our squad. Shout out to Bob Sura doing his thing. Oh my goodness, 78 overall. He was getting no type of PT, professional bench warmer for a couple years there. He comes to LA, just starts going crazy. That's wild. He led the team in scoring. Shaq gave us 18 and 16, but it was enough to get the dub, and we're 1 game away from Shaq winning another NBA championship. Man, y'all thought just because of a couple rough years, Shaq was gonna give up. No, he is back. Another NBA championship for Shaquille. He, of course, wins Finals MVP. And let me show y'all the resume, man. 9 MVPs, 7 chips, 7 Finals MVPs, 9 DPOYs. Are you kidding me, man? But after that championship, the regression is starting to hit for Shaquille. Now, we've still got 2 more years, counting this upcoming one, to spend in LA, so Shaq at a 94 should be very impactful, but maybe his best years are behind him. Now, Shaq's still All-NBA first team, still putting up great numbers for sure, but the team's dropping off a bit. 5th seed in the Western Conference, 50 wins on the season. Round number 1, we got the Warriors, and we're down 3-2. We're gonna lose in 6 in the first round, coming off a championship. I guess it's back to the drawing board in the offseason. LA needs to get Shaq some help. Hedo Turkoglu, Finals MVP, is ridiculous. Bro shot 24% from 3 in the finals. LA's struggling to get Shaq help, but luckily, this is Shaq's last season with the Lakers before he heads to Orlando. LeBron MVP. Shaq still took home the DPOY. He's still nice, even at 34 years old. He was also All-NBA first team, but our team sucks. We ended off the season on an 8-game losing streak and had a 38-44 record. So needless to say, my hopes for the playoffs are pretty low. I mean, we're tied up 2-2 with the Clippers right now. Maybe we can force 7. Nah, we're gonna lose in 6. Shout out to Shaq though. It's not really his fault. He's been trying his best in LA. I think we did finish out with a couple chips though with the Lakers, so that's good. Regardless, now it's time to move on to Orlando, where we're going to be finishing off this video. The Jet just won a finals MVP. That's fire. We're here in Orlando, where Shaq is going to be teaming up with a young Kevin Durant. Also, Pau Gasol is here. This team is nice, and this team should get better as time goes on. The only issue is Shaq is going to definitely get worse. So hopefully KD can just start getting better and better to combat that. Also, with Pau Gasol being a center, I'm going to slide him over to the 4. That way both him and Shaq can start. Now let's get to the season. LeBron takes home MVP this season, and I don't know if Shaq's going to be winning any more DPOYs. He didn't even make All-NBA this season. He made All-Defensive First Team, but I think the fall off might be started. 45-37 on the season. Now, I think there's hope for this Magic team to improve. Maybe we can at least make it out the first round this year, though. Chicago's going to take us to a Game 7. And over in Chicago, they got Dirk, Manu, Speedy Claxton, Harold Cunningham, and Patrick Carter. This is a solid squad for sure. But I don't care how old he is, Shaq still gets it done in Game 7, 14-11. It was really Pau who was out there hooping at a high level. We also got Jerry Stackhouse. I guess we made a trade. That's a really good pickup. KD was doing his thing. Young KD already putting up big numbers. Efficiency isn't great, but I know it'll come around. I mean, he's Kevin Durant. We're in round number 2, taking on the Boston Celtics. They've still got Paul Pierce and AI. All right, man, let's see if we can take down this Celtics team. We're actually up 3-2. We're headed to another Game 7. Game 7 Shaq, once again, 27-10. He's an old man, but in Game 7, he had to show up for his guys. We're moving on to the conference finals. I don't think this team is as good as that Boston team we just took on, so hopefully we can get the dub. Game number 1 goes to the Bobcats. Game 2 also goes to the Bobcats. We're going to take Game 3. They're going to take Game 4. We'll take Game 5 and Game 6. Another Game 7. Chance to go to the finals in Shaq's first year in Orlando. And it looks like we're going to win this one. Shaq finishes the job. Another big Game 7 to complete the 3-1 comeback. If y'all don't think this man is the GOAT in this simulation, I don't know what to say. But we've got a tough opponent in the finals, the Blazers, with Tony Parker, Shareef Abdur-Rahim, and LeBron James. We're definitely a bit outmatched here, but we'll see if we can fight and get this dub. Game number 1 of the series goes to the Blazers. Game 2 is going to go to us. Game 3 goes to us. We're all tied up at 2 apiece, headed into Game 5. I did not expect us to make it this far, but this is going to be a pivotal point in this final series. We're down by a point here, less than 2 minutes to go. KD step back mid-range is good. Kevin Durant knocking down a big shot there. Anderson throws it away, and now we're moving in transition. Kevin Durant has it. Durant gonna pass it down to Fort, and he goes ahead and dunks it. I don't know who that dude is, but shout out to him. Good pass from KD. Kevin Durant defending Shareef Abdur-Rahim. Get the stop. There you go. Good stop from Durant. Durant up to Heinrich. Heinrich over to KD. Durant down to Shaq, and Shaq is gonna convert on the and 1. He's hyped. The first Shaq free throw we're going to see in this video, and he knocks it down. Okay, Shaquille. We are up by 6 points now. Some great defense, especially from Kevin Durant. He's been huge. Terrible pass by Parker. It's intercepted. This one might be over with, man. Heinrich gonna get the screen from Shaquille O'Neal. O'Neal rolls. Heinrich pops the mid-range and misses it. McCall gives it to LeBron. Bron back to McCall. Back to Bron. What are they doing, playing hot potato? Tony Parker has it. Parker with the shot clock winding down gives it to Shareef Abdur-Rahim. Tough midi is good. And now the Blazers are going to foul, and Kevin Durant's going to the line. I'm confident in KD hitting these. First one is good. Second one for the easy money sniper is off. Oh no, I was gassing him up. LeBron James has the ball. James moving in transition, defended by Durant. James fakes, pulls, and James is gonna miss it. We grab the rebound. This one is over with. What a game, man. Shaq still has some minimum. An and one bucket, got to the line, knocked down the free throw. Kevin Durant was awesome as well. And now we are one game away from an NBA championship, but the Blazers come back in game 6. So it all comes down to this, game 7. Every single series we have been in these playoffs has gone 7. And game 7 is coming down to the wire here. 2-point game, less than 2 minutes to go. Parker working his way to the basket. Floater is erased by Shaq. What a block. Now it goes up to Heinrich in transition. Kirk Heinrich gonna get fouled by James. Oh my goodness, what a block from Shaquille O'Neal. It's clear he wants this championship. Kirk Heinrich made his first free throw. Second one is also good. And just like that, we are up by 4 points. Tony Parker has the ball. I wouldn't go in the paint if I were you, Tony. Step back, floater, and he misses it. Now we've got the ball once again. Kevin Durant working his way to the basket. Durant fakes it, puts it up, misses. Abdur-Rahim grabs the rebound. Gonna swing it over to Doliak, over to Parker, down to McCall. McCall, he's gonna miss the short shot. And the clock is about to tick under a minute, and we're up by 4 points. A bucket here would be huge, but it's intercepted by Sharif Abdur-Rahim. That was a bad pass by Shaq. Now it's going to go to McCall for the layup. And just like that, we've got a 2-point game. 51 seconds to go in this one, and we've got the ball. We need to score here. We can't afford a mistake. Durant gonna get the screen from Gasol. Durant open in the mid-range. He misses it, and Shaq comes out of nowhere for the putback. What a play by Shaquille. Oh my goodness, Kevin Durant just packed Tony Parker. Bruh. Oh man, we are locked in right now. Dog, he sent that into the backcourt. What a block by Kevin Durant. Just give me one more stop, Orlando. Come on. Warwick inbounds the ball to McCall, over to Parker. Parker fakes a couple times. Now he's working his way to the basket, and Durant almost blocked it again, but he grabs the board. Now it's going to Kirk Heinrich for some free throws. Come on, Kirk. We need these. First one is all net. Second one for Heinrich is also good. Okay. We're up by 6 points here. Just do not give up a 3, whatever you do. Tony Parker in the mid-range, pops one and misses. We get the rebound. Durant's going to the line. GG's, bro. GG's. We are NBA champions once again in an unexpected turn of events. And look at Shaq, man. All these game 7s, he comes to play. Did y'all see the type of plays he was making in the Simcast? We went to game 7 every round of these playoffs, and Kevin Durant in his rookie campaign wins a ring and a finals MVP. What a run this was. I'm just gonna say it, man. This is probably my favorite video I have ever made. Shaq's starting to regress a little bit more, but it's clear he's got that dog in him regardless of how old he is. Now Kevin Durant is getting better, which should really help us out. Jerry Stackhouse also regressing. We're gonna need a lot from the reigning finals MVP, Kevin Durant, in this upcoming season. LeBron, another MVP. And Shaq is nowhere to be found on the All-NBA or All-Defensive teams. The good news is the team held it down. We won 50 games this season. Durant was really good, and Shaq, you know, he was alright. In round number 1, we got the 6th seed in Miami Heat, and we're going to make easy work of them. We're reigning champs. We're not going to go out like that. Round 2, we got the Pacers, and we're going to a game 7. Man, I stopped that at just the perfect time. Oh my goodness, they have 99 overall KG. I didn't have much hope going into this one. Kevin Durant shot 8 for 28, bro. That's pretty bad. And Shaq had 13 and 10, shot 3 of 11. Yeah, we were going up against Kevin Garnett. I guess we were going up against Mike Bibby, man. 41 points is crazy. Oh my goodness. He's playing some great basketball over in Indiana. It looks like they traded for him. Blockbuster move for the Pacers. But regardless, we're going to go down. I'm not too mad about it. I was surprised at the chip last year. Shout out to the Truth, Finals MVP. Now, Shaq is down to an 86 overall, and counting this upcoming season, we've got 2 more years to go, so we're getting close to the end of this video. But Kevin Durant, he's up to a 90. Like I said last year, he's gonna have to do a lot of heavy lifting, probably even more this season. We went 46 and 36 this season. Shaq averaged about 15 and 7 this season. Not too bad, and we're still the 6th seed, I guess, so maybe we'll have a chance in the playoffs. Round 1, we're gonna beat Washington in 6. Round 2, we got the 7-seeded Bobcats. We're tied up at 2 apiece. Game 5 is gonna go to them, and we lose in 6. Kind of mid playoffs for Shaq, but we got one more chance to win Shaq one last ring. Outside of KD, Powell, Shaq, and this Billy dude, this team is not very good. KD, you gotta go crazy for us this year, man. This year, we were the 7th seed, 48 wins on the season, as Shaq averaged about 14 and 7. He's still an 85, even as an old man, and it would be really cool to see him win one last chip. I'm not sure how realistic that is, though. Yeah, we're gonna lose in 5 games. But what a video this was. Shaq won 8 championships, 9 MVPs, 7 finals MVPs, made 16 All-Star teams, made the All-NBA first team 13 times, and won 10 DPOYs, making him the undisputed GOAT in my eyes. That's it for the video. Have a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe.